Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more RimWorld, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our guide for complete beginners, and we have some magic happening. I have decided that we're going to try to smooth walls, but not floors, as it just takes too much time to smooth the floor. And also, you could just build walls on the inside to make it more pleasant, but this is fine. We have our wind turbine being constructed, and now that this is done, I'm going to go to production, and we're going to build a research bench, and I'm just going to place this, I think right here is fine. So you want your workspaces to be well lighted. Make sure they have enough light by where they're working so that they don't have their time reduced. If it's like bad lighting, it'll take them longer to do any work. Alright, and this person is coming in, dropping in the flooring, and that is a big victory. We need batteries, and that is true. That's what we're going to research. So this wind turbine here, you could see that it has this gauge on it, and that's how much power it's producing. It's being blocked by a bamboo tree, which is in front of it, so we have to get rid of that. And we might as well just go ahead to this growing zone and click expand zone and just drop it like that so that we will keep this area free, and then we could see behind us. I'm also going to click on this growing zone, just this one though. Sometimes it's hard to just click on one. There we go. It's like a trick of like click holding or clicking really fast, but we got it. There. And so now you'll see like Kiyu sitting down. If you click on her, she's relaxing socially. So this is just, this business of 8 without table is going to go away. Decent dining room. So this dining room is actually giving 2. And then spacious interior. This room is so big that they love it. So in RimWorld, people love big rooms. This is not big enough. They want giant rooms. Like this is almost large enough for a single bedroom, and yet they still might want bigger than that. So just build bigger when you can. At the beginning, I don't care too much. I'm just trying to get the basic essentials in here. All right, and I'm going to speed it up. So Ignat just passed out. But looking up here, everybody's mood is pretty good. This guy's not very happy. Oh, yeah, he's going to continuously be unhappy because he's getting rebuffed by all the women. And that's just, hopefully he learned his lesson and stops being creepy. Okay, but he woke up early and he's building stuff, so I'm not complaining too much. Get that research table in there, and then... Oh, and I think he's just putting stuff away, actually. Yeah, he is. Okay, so they're just kind of like hauling materials, and there he goes. Low food. Okay, so we're running low on food because we only have 13 meals left, and you could see that our crops aren't going to grow in fast enough, so we are going to just need to click some things for hunting. Now, the boars are going to be the easiest for us to hunt because they're inside our base. We don't want to hunt too far away because if you click things that are just super far away from your base, we might run into the panther, a predator or something. So let's say I click on this, and that guy's actually a little far away. So let's go to wildlife, and let's try to find one that's closer. There's a bunch of wild boars. So to specify, instead of using that list, I could just click right here on this wild boar, and I could just say hunt. And I could just say on this one, hunt. Now Kiyu's doing her planting. Somebody's hunting. You could, yep, Kiyu is shooting. So it's not going to be, you could see she's just blasting away. It's not going to be easy because we're bad. But we got it. So she killed it, but now she's going to take it to the corpse pile. And I think then what I will do... I guess that's okay, but we really need to get this butcher table completed. Looks like I stopped building it. I've got the fueled stove. I need a butcher's table. Oh, but I don't want it to be steel, and I don't want it... Okay, I gotta cut down more trees. In order to eat this, we have to butcher it, and then we'd have to finish it cooking it. Good. Okay, we got the hunting done. Anyway. Alright, what's everybody doing? What are you doing, buddy? Harvesting palm tree, okay. And then you are harvesting... Okay, good. They're getting the trees down. And then Q is going to go deconstruct the spaceship chunk. Which, that's fine. He's relaxing. Good. There's also some berries that we can just harvest for food. So if you see berries, you could double click to try to get as many as you can. We can eat that. There's a bunch, so I will try to harvest that. And he's doing that. And then, so this creates some food for us. And he's talking to Four Eyes. Unfortunately, an abandoned child is passing by. She is named Lobster. So, this abandoned child is passing by. Now, let's see who's my best social person here again. Okay. First of all, there's a possibility that we could maybe recruit this person. Maybe. Oh, no, never mind. That's just their background. They're just passing by, so they have a group that they belong to. But whenever you might recruit someone, look at their stats, and this person is fine. They actually don't have any negatives, except for the fact that they are not great at a lot of things. And so you can right-click and see if you can interact with them, but we can't. So they're just going to walk through our territory. They're not going to do anything. Okay, now something's happening now. We are being raided by Poppy's pirates. So this happens as we get further in the game. We will start to get negative, or challenging events. And in this case, we're being raided by this group that's hostile, that's red, Poppy's pirates. And let's jump to location. And it's usually something like this. Yep, this is pretty much classic RimWorld. It's some person with a mohawk and a club named Polo. Now, let's just check them out. So, unfortunately for them, they're good. They're reasonable at shooting, but they didn't bring a gun. They just brought a club, which they're terrible at. You could click on their gear to see what they have. They have a little money and some nice fruits that can generate addiction, but they're good. And then they have some clothes. So they have nothing good. And sometimes when people come to raid you, they will do this. They will just stand here for a bit and like plan their attack, and so you have some time to defend. Other times, they will just launch the raid immediately. Now, what I'm going to do is actually zoom in on these berry bushes right here and just cancel harvesting them just temporarily, because I don't want anybody to go out there and try to harvest that. I want everybody to be kind of close by so that if we need to kill that guy, we can. So the game will tell us. I've unpaused it, and I'll put it like at a slower speed. So this guy looks like he's starting to come toward us. He might be going after Lobster. I'm not sure. Lobster, you need to run. I really hope you are. Okay, and in this case, I'm going to select all my people again, just drag over here like this, and then push R to draft them into the military, or you could just click this swords button. And then I'm going to right-click, and just kind of, you could hold and drag to change their position behind the barrier like this. And they will all get out their weapons and go behind the barrier. And let's see, yeah, Polo is just chasing poor Lobster. So Lobster is going to get killed unless Lobster runs. Now, we could try to intervene, but that doesn't guarantee that Lobster is going to join us. So let's just kind of see how this plays out. Yeah, they're attacking Lobster. Oh, and Lobster's fighting back. Now, Lobster could kill Polo. It's possible. Polo's bad at fighting. Yeah, he's down. So Lobster won. And let's see what Lobster does. Oh, Polo's trying to get back up. Okay. So in this case... Okay. So a lot just happened. So Lobster beat this person senseless, and now they drop their money, they drop their club. And this is how you can recruit people in this game, is by capturing prisoners. It's the easiest way to grow your colony. It's the most common way, I should say. It's not easy. There's a lot that goes into it. But let's just click on this person and just see what they're about. So they're a cannibal. So the thing about cannibal is you can go... It is a powerful trait in that you can embrace cannibalism, and they get a huge bonus if they butcher human corpses, if they eat human meat, wear human leather clothing. But that's, sadistic. At least I'm going to be morally judging that. I know that's controversial to disapprove of cannibalism, but I do. And so here's the deal. If you get a person who's a cannibal, if everybody's a cannibal, then you got no problems. Then you can just eat the raiders that come attack you. But if only one person or a few people are cannibals, and then the other people observe them doing cannibal stuff, like wearing human skin or eating humans, or butchering humans, they will be upset. So what we can do, and this is what I'm going to do if I can recruit this person, the sensible thing would be to recruit them and then let them be our butcher. Not for humans, just for animals, because they get no negative debuff. They don't get grossed out. They don't think it's bad to butcher stuff, and then just don't feed them humans. They won't get a positive reaction from their food, but they don't mind eating normal food. So you can just kind of have them deal with corpse disposal. Corpse disposal doesn't bother them. Butchering doesn't really bother them. And so you can keep them for that purpose. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. If we can get them. Now, let's see if we can. So first of all, well, it doesn't matter anyway. I'll tell you why. I didn't see, but they're 91 years old. So if I go to health, they're 91 years old. They're addicted to ambrosia. That's a problem. Yeah, they also have a bad back because they're so old. You know what? We're not going to get this person. I was hoping like this would be an easy pickup, but here's the deal. You always got to examine people unless you're desperate for colonists or pawns. I don't want this person, and here's why. Number one, they are 91. So they have a bad back, which means that they have manipulation -10, and this is going to just get worse. They're also frail from being old, so they have a manipulation -40%, so they can't do stuff. And then they are going to just get worse as they age. Also, they have this ambrosia addiction. Whenever you see pawns with addictions, I don't like taking them at all. I recently just had a colony get destroyed by trying to get somebody off of an alcohol addiction, and then found out that after I went through that nightmare, they also had another addiction that I didn't see. So they had two. And it was so difficult because they go berserk if they, can't get their substance, and they just start attacking other people. They could break stuff. It's awful. And then you have to beat them up and like put them in a room or something like that. So it's not good. I don't have a lot of ambrosia. Ambrosia, you can identify it really easily on the map. It's like a yellow flower that almost glows. Ooh, here's a meal. I'll pick that up. It is deteriorating because it's outside. And even if I could like, if you get really, really good at plants, you could try to grow it. The chinchilla has been killed. Actually, I can't even recall if you can grow it offhand. Let me see. No, it's like it'll grow and then it'll start to spread and it'll grow in the wild. I've had events to make it grow nearby. And the game will tell you. That's right. The game will tell you if it's growing. So you can't even cultivate it yourself. You'd have to trade for it. And it's just not worth it. Not for a 91-year-old cannibal. So we're just going to let that person sit there and not get them and see what happens. They're trying to crawl away. They'll probably die. Let's see what their health is like. They're actually not that hurt. They can only move 1%. And they're only in medium pain. Oh. Okay. They're going to break. If you leave your people in draft status too long, then they will start to get upset because they can't do anything. They're just standing guard, so they want to eat. So let's let them go. Now, I'm going to unforbid, this guy's stuff. Lobster is injured, but she's going to walk away. And so we'll just keep our eyes on Polo. He's going to heal up and, like, maybe try to make it, or the panther kills him. I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to speed it back up. Sorry, Polo. Now, he's going to probably starve to death, is what's going to happen. And that's just par for the course in RimWorld. Sometimes it's easy to get your first pawn. They attack, and you're able to subdue them. And then what you have to do is you have to imprison them, and then slowly over time, talk them into joining you. We don't have a prison yet, but we can easily get one, and that's something that we want to have built. But it's not something I'm rushing at the moment. We can drop a prisoner sleeping spot in any of these rooms if we really, really need to. Alright, food is getting really bad. So, let me zoom in, double click, harvest. And they can eat the berries, of course. Now, I'm going to go to production, and can I build a butcher table? But I don't want to make it out of steel. I'd like to make it out of wood. I'm low on wood because I'm doing so much, flooring and stuff. There we go. Oh, they're smoothing. Okay. Smoothing is going to take too long. So that's what they're doing. I thought they were, like, doing nothing. Let me go to work and... You know what? I'm just going to get rid of the smoothing altogether. It's just too much right now. I'd like you to instead focus on cutting down the trees and getting wood. We need to get a butcher table. So, I'm just going to cancel all of the smoothing so that we don't get distracted. I don't mind smoothing the barracks. It might help it, but for now, we got to focus on other things. Oh my god. Okay. How much... It's because, so this is Kiyu, and you could see that construction is set at the same as plant cut, so I need her to go back and plant cut. I moved it to 2. Okay. Okay. Good. And 4 Eyes, what are you doing? Harvesting the bush. Okay, they're going to go get food. And that's actually okay. So we'll see how much food we can get from all of these berries. She picked it up. Okay, they're smoothing again. Alright. Sorry, everybody. We're going to have to just get rid of the operation smoothing for now. We have more important jobs to do. There we go. They're fueling the stove. So now the stove is built. And what we can do here is we're going to click on the fueled stove and we're going to click bills and we're going to click add a bill. And what we want are simple meals. And I'm going to do simple meal times 4. And I'm going to say do this until we have 15. Good. And I'm just going to close that out. Now, if we have any food to cook, they will cook it, but we don't. Not really. And that's why we need to drop in a butcher's table. Here we go. I finally have enough wood. I don't want to build it with steel. I want to save my steel. And I'm going to build the butcher's table. And let's see how these corpses are doing that we hunted. They're okay. They will spoil in a day. So what we need is, Ignat, what you doing? Playing horseshoes, and you're training your pet, and you're building the chair. Okay, that's actually fine. Now what are you doing? Yeah, she's going to go build the butcher table. Perfect. There they go. Oh, they're eating. Okay, well, here, go do that. Okay, excellent. So the butcher's table is done. So what I'm going to do now is add a bill, and I'm going to say butcher creature, and I'm going to say do this forever. Like whenever there's a creature, we want that to be butchered. Now I'm going to build also some chairs at these workstations to help them work better. Even a chair here at the research table. Great. And who is my best cook? Oh dear God. Nobody. Ignat, what you doing? He's hauling steel. Now, I need you to prioritize butchering. So he's going to go butcher this. And then there he goes, and he's got all this meat. And I need him to prioritize... we're missing some raw food. That's fine. Oh! It finally worked. So, Ignat was getting rebuffed by everyone, but Kiyu, actually, it says here, Kiyu has been wooed. So, they want to sleep together. They want to have a double bed. So we're going to need to make them a special bedroom. And we will. Eventually. But cool. Alright, well then that's going to improve both of their moods. At least for now. Okay. I need you, Kiyu, to prioritize cooking. I know you're terrible at this. And I know we don't have enough light. But let's see how much food we can get out of that 40 meat. Okay. So, we got 4 meals. So you can see we're actually making food. We have low medicine. Which, sure. All of this needs to be hauled inside. So we're going to leave... I'm going to change this stockpile. She's cooking again. Now, if you give somebody prioritized work, they will do it until it's done. So this person might be tired or want to do something else. So you can just click clear prioritized work to have them not do that. But cooking a little bit is fine. And Four Eyes is hauling medicine. Okay, good. Yeah, haul the medicine. We actually aren't low on medicine. What happened was when they picked it up out of the stockpile, then it stops tracking how much medicine we have, and then the game is like, you don't have any medicine. But we do. And now you could see they're putting all of this stuff inside on these shelves, except we do not need the steel on these shelves. The steel, if you click on it, it will never go bad. So we don't need it to be stored inside. So what we could do is click on this shelf, and we could say, all right, hi shelf, and we're going to adjust its settings. So we're going to click on storage, and we're going to say, we don't want raw resources. We do not want steel, uranium. Wood does actually go bad, I believe. We don't want that in there. And other than that, pretty much all things go for now. So we're going to say good. That's nice. So we've changed its priority or its storage settings, right? But then what we can do is we could do a couple of things. We can link the settings, but it's just for now. Let's go ahead and copy the settings, and then you can click on all of these other shelves and just paste by clicking J or clicking the paste button to change their settings so that they won't put steel there, because it's going to take up all of our shelves. Now, we can just build more shelves, of course, which is what we will do. We want all the stuff to be stored inside. And then this meal thing right here, these simple meals that are on the shelf, these are unrefrigerated, so they will spoil. So we're going to want to build a refrigerator, and that's going to be a part of our next project. I'm going to click on the research table, and this is done. The research speed factor is not great because it's just a bad table. But I'm going to click the research button, and this shows us what we have researched. So we start with stone cutting, a passive cooler that we can make to cool things down, complex furniture, complex clothing, electricity, and air conditioning, mercifully. But what we want is this, battery. So we're going to click battery, and then we're going to click research, and then somebody, whoever our smartest person is, will do the research, and that is going to be Four Eyes, who's incredibly smart, and they should be able to do it pretty quickly, actually. Now, this is too dark in here, so we're going to need to click on this torch. Sometimes it's hard to click on a torch. There we go. And I'm going to click O, and we need to make another one right here, and another one over there. I'm going to have her, I'm going to click on her and tell her she doesn't have to do that anymore. And she can go sleep or do whatever she wants. Now this guy wants to cook. He's woken up. Again, they're telling us we're at low food, but we're actually okay. It looks bad. But now that we have hunted a little bit and we have some berries and things, we're okay. We're okay. What is he doing? He wants to cook. Okay, so he's going to take the berries and they combine these, like they have different recipes. We can't make anything really good. And there's a very good chance that we're going to get food poisoning from what we make because our people are terrible at cooking. But that's just how it is. And they'll get better at cooking. There we go. We've got some lighting as they go. We do want a floor over here. Right there. Great. All right. So we have one windmill. And we're going to build another one. Right here. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is go to Architect Zone. I'm going to build a growing zone in front of this guy. Something like that. Is that right? No, it needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay. So let me expand the zone. How's that? Almost perfect. There. As much as we can. And this zone... I'm actually going to plant cotton. Perfect. So we could start making clothes eventually. So we have strawberries. The rice is actually almost done, too, for our food. It's 77% grown. Corn grows slowly, but provides a ton of food. Rice grows really quickly. Strawberries are in the middle. And... okay, looking good. And there we go. So you could see he is now researching, or she is now researching, and this little progress bar will fill up as the research comes in. By the way, just kind of pointing things out that we've got. This right here in the wall is compacted steel, so if we run out of steel, we can mine that for steel. This is compacted machinery, which is awesome. This is how we can get components. So you'll start to see these things. Here's some more steel, some more steel. There's all kinds of good stuff around for us to get to eventually. This is all steel as well. So happy day. There's some berry bushes out here that we can harvest. And Kiyu is doing her thing. Now these rocks, if you want to get rid of them, you can just mark them for hauling by clicking P on them, and eventually somebody will get them. But you'll notice they did this. Look, somebody came in and took all of the steel off of these shelves and put them back into this big giant stockpile that we did at the beginning. So that's basically just for raw materials and stuff that doesn't go bad. So that's amazing. You'll notice that this room is dirty. We need somebody to do cleaning. It's kind of hard early game to get people on it because it's such a low priority task. But I'm going to, you know, give that job to somebody and see if we can just clean up a little bit. All right, and the cotton is coming in. And we can just click on this rat and hunt it. And we can click on this boar and this boar and hunt them. Do not click hunt on the rhinoceros. So they harvested, the food's coming in, we're going back to research. Amazing. So I'm going to just block this in, but what we want to do now is we want to go to temperature, and then we're going to, and I click architect temperature, and then we're going to click on the cooler. And we want certain rooms to be cool. The bedroom. This room, which is going to be our kind of kitchen freezer area, we definitely want to be cold. And we might want to cool our dining room as well. So let's prioritize the bedroom. I'm going to just push E to shift. So what you want when you're building a cooler is you build it into a wall. It's like a wall air conditioner. And you want the hot square, the red square, to be on the outside and the blue square to be on the inside. And you want to make sure that the hot air is not going into a room with a roof. That needs to go outside. Otherwise, it'll heat up that room too much. And we're going to put this over here. Okay, good. And just start getting our cooling in. We're not going to be able to do much because we need batteries and we need this, these wind turbines to do a better job, which is why we're building a second one, but we want to get that started. All right, and looks like Ignat might be cooking. Minor break risk on him. What are you upset about, buddy? Let me look at him. Barracks is bad. So he's still upset that he got rebuffed, but now he's okay. It's a lot of just being sweaty and sleeping in the heat. He ate without a table. They have a table, but sometimes if they're like far away, they will just eat not in the dining room, which is annoying. And then also, we don't have a lot of recreation for them to do, which is bad. And he doesn't like that he's sleeping alone. So we can try our best to do something about that, but that's going to take a while. Instead, we're just going to fix the heat. Also, we can go to Architect, Recreation, and we can build them something like a wooden chess table. And just, say, here, why don't you guys play chess up here? And this can be just another form of recreation. They like to have different things. So they already have horseshoes, but they want more. Cool. All right, everybody. Well, we're getting turbines in. This guy did eventually die. No, he's still here. But he's going to starve to death. His health is bad because he's got malnutrition. Well, everybody, we are going even further here with our colony, and we're cooking, butchering. We have a nice indoor area. We're trying to get some air conditioning. We have 2 new lovers. We fended off a raid. This guy is out here starving to death. Still not dead. Amazing resilience. And I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. Thank you for watching. I'll check you all next time. Take care.